Thank you, beer.
Thank you, beer. This is the Retro Smash Video Game Podcast. Wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, thank you for hanging out with us today live from the Gene Parmesan Memorial Studios. We are a retro video game podcast where three old friends sit around, we drinky drink, we talk old video games. I'm Weldy Time. Joining me here in studio, sitting across from me, he's Andy.
I don't have a funny thing this week. Sorry, folks.
That sucks. And sitting to my right, he's Ricky.
You should all wish me a happy birthday.
Oh, yes.
That's coming up next week after this episode drops.
After this episode drops.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, no. Now we're getting sued.
Oh, well, no, that was like 3 seconds. That was 3 seconds of nothing.
Yes, I totally expect Stevie Wonder to be listening to our podcast to sue us.
We can't watch it.
The actual joke is that
I wanted to say that, but oh my God.
There's the joke in the black community that says that he actually can see and he must be fucking with people. So that's a thing. That is an absolute thing that people say. So.
What was that? Was it the Grammys when Beyonce tried to hand him a microphone?
Yeah,
or something along those lines, and he like started Twitch like to reach for it or something along. I don't know.
He was using echolocation.
Like
he's Daredevil.
Oh,
he's the musical Daredevil.
I don't know how to top that. Stevie Wonder is the musical Daredevil.
Shout out Stevie Wonder, musical Daredevil.
Add it to the shout out list.
How do you work? Stevie Wonder, the musical Daredevil, I guess would be the shout out.
Yeah. Okay. Stevie Wonder, the musical Daredevil.
Musical Daredevil.
Musical Daredevil, Stevie Wonder. All right.
So yeah, I was gonna say so other than your recent bout with gravity, how have you been, Ricky? Yes, listen to our Patreon for that story. Ricky, how you been?
I have been doing well. I got some good news from work in which I ended up getting a 7% raise.
Damn. Good stuff.
Because of how well I've been doing. So I'm incredibly excited. Two of the owners actually came down to the hotel from Michigan personally to congratulate me and to thank me on how well I've been doing. I just hit my 1-year anniversary there. They hugged me, gave me big love, told me I've been doing a great job with their property and that they're excited to have me part of the family. I don't like the whole family thing in terms of a work sense, but I will absolutely say that this is the first time where I'm very accepting of that because these folks do feel like family. They are very caring. They told me when I left the first time, they always told me that I had another position when I wanted to come back. So I came back. They took care of me for my raise. I'm very excited to be doing what I'm doing. So I'm doing great, honestly.
Awesome.
Now, as far as video games go, I haven't been able to play any video games due to my recent bout with gravity. I haven't been able to actually hold anything. So unfortunately, as far as holding a controller in my hand, it hasn't worked. We've just been sitting up and watching Cheers. That's about
How far are you?
I think we stopped for a little bit because we were watching some old school 90s movies. I think we're on like season 2, episode 19.
So not quite Christy Alley years.
Nope, not there yet.
You're still stuck with
Diane.
You're still stuck with Diane.
I love me some Diane, so whatever. As a matter of fact,
you'll say that now.
As a matter of fact, I love Shelley Long so much that we set up and we watched The Money Pit last night with her and Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love me some Shelley Long so much I was willing to put up with that movie, which
that movie's all right.
It was okay.
But that movie is so much funnier when you're redoing your entire house. Because there were times when we were redoing the house here before the Gene Parmesan studio was the Gene Parmesan Memorial Studio, and we were redoing the house, and I would watch that movie. There were times where I was like, yeah, it's us.
Fall through the second floor into the...
I thought maybe.
Downstairs.
Well, because right above us, like, this is the original wood from... So if you block out the light...
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, that's the original wood. So, like, there's that much, whatever thickness is, and then there's just footsteps. That's why whenever the kids spill something...
Pours down in here.
It pours down in here.
Oh.
So that's why I always tell them keep all your drinks in the kitchen because we have the fake ass linoleum, that rubber linoleum in there. That'll catch it. The living room will not. And the dining room will not. And the hallway will not.
So have you put down like protective coating, like a lacquer and everything like that over the top of it?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that sometimes if you put that down, like that glossy finish or whatever, sometimes that'll like seep in between the cracks and it'll prevent stuff from like falling down and damaging the wood in between.
It does. That was 7 years ago. We should probably redo it.
Possibly. And to me, it's like if anybody's unfamiliar with carpet has to be replaced replaced every 7 years. That's an actual thing. I learned that from working in an
Yep.
apartment community. So if you still have carpet that's older than 7 years, you should probably look at getting it replaced. If you live in an apartment and you live there for over 7 years, or the carpet is older than 7 years, you can get the apartment complex to replace it, typically for free because of attrition. And that's just how it works. You can literally go to them and say, hey, this carpet is older than 7 years. I would like my carpet to be replaced at this point.
The more you know.
I'm not saying it always works. It's not a surefire guarantee.
Depends on your landlord.
It does. It is a lot of fighting. I can say that because me and Andy lived somewhere for like fucking ever. And I know that carpet has still been there for like double the amount of time than what it should have been. And they just cleaned it again and said, okay, this looks brand new. And it does not. But Andy, what's up with you?
Not much. I was listening to the last episode, and I wanted to bring up the movie Boss Level because I said I don't know what this movie was. There's the one that had Mel Gibson and Naomi Watts. I was like, I don't know if this is a comedy or whatever. I remembered rewatching it, and I was like, oh shit, this movie actually kicks ass. The dude gets stuck in like a Groundhog's Day situation where he keeps dying over and over again, but it's an action movie.
Huh.
So like a rocket launcher comes and explodes his apartment. So he's like, okay, I gotta not do that this time, or he'll get stabbed and like, oops, okay, well, next time dodge that.
Sounds like Dark
Knife.
Souls.
I like this a lot, but I'm very upset that it's a Mel Gibson film.
So Mel Gibson is the main bad guy in the movie. So he plays it up. He's a really big shithead.
I guess that sounds pretty.
But the movie, yeah, if you like the Groundhog type of movies, that movie kicks ass. So
Absolutely.
I recommend watching it.
Worldmeister, what's up with you, bud?
Went out this past weekend. Aunt Liz's, I will not give away which one it was, but it was a big birthday.
Happy
for
birthday.
Happy birthday.
If she still listens to this.
And I had myself a couple bottles of wine while I was up at Country Heritage. You told me to train.
I did. Yes, I did.
For Ricky's upcoming birthday.
Yes, for my upcoming birthday.
Yes, so I had a couple bottles, and I brought one home that I will have to put in the fridge, and we'll have to wait until like the week that I am off work, and we will all just pass it around.
Cool.
Strawberry Blush from Country Heritage. Good stuff.
Sounds delicious. Sounds very sweet.
It is. It's a very super sweet kind of ordeal. It was really good.
Good, because I hate dry wine. That shit sucks.
Yes, it does.
Speaking of drinks, Andy, what are you drinking?
I was about to ask. I'm drinking some Blake's Key Lime Pie. So it's Blake's cider.
Nice.
It doesn't really taste like key lime pie, but it's all right.
Yeah.
And then I'm still sucking on some of that Boom Pop from last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
been in
finish.
here?
It's been in the fridge.
Yeah. We leave like so much alcohol in that fridge constantly. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I never check that fridge. Like the only time I'm ever in this room is when I'm doing the podcast. And the only time I ever check that fridge is when we're in this room.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there's a ton of alcohol in that now.
There is, yeah.
Because I also brought something else for hopefully next week. But
Oh, hold on. I gotta give me I'm gonna steal a can of something.
I was gonna say you just want one.
You want a Mickey's or you want one of those? Or
I will say when we were doing the wine drink thing, I was A, way out of my element.
You're out of your element, Donnie.
And B, I poured my first glass, picked it up with my right hand, and instinctively I stopped and looked around.
Ricky popping out the back
I
corner.
thought one of you motherfuckers were gonna like pop out of like the
wine.
there was
Jumping out of the
If you've ever
grapevines.
been to Country Heritage, there's like a Cabela's like bear scene. I thought one of you was like a pop out of a bear suit and go Buffalo. Which I wouldn't have been so bad because this stuff was really good.
I just want you to know right now that for my birthday on the booze cruise, that is an absolute thing that happens. Everybody is Buffalo on that boat. So you better
Bring your life
now.
vest.
Yeah.
Ricky, what are you drinking?
I am drinking some Mickey's. We stopped earlier. Yeah, Mickey's for the Rickies. We stopped earlier at the liquor store. But I also picked up a bottle of Kinky's fruit punch. It's like my preferred choice of drink when I'm sitting at home and I want to do shots or whatever. Or me and Shauna want to do shots of stuff. So we'll sit up and we'll buy like 2 or 3 bottles of this at the different flavors and everything. And we'll polish that off depending on how many power hours we do in a day. We all laugh. I'm being so serious. Wody, I see that you have yourself one of those Blake's Hard Ciders that Andy just gave you. So I'm guessing let's move on to the game.
Yes. Andy's got our game this week.
Yep. So this week's game is called
Boner. You gotta do the song.
Oh, well,
you know the rules.
Is this or is it not that? Because it's a yes or no question.
Ooh,
this is called
cherry, pineapple, orange fruit punch.
Yep, got it.
All right, this week's game is called Uwe Ball or Uwe No Way. I got a list of 10 celebrities.
Boo.
Well, hold on. This is his first time. This is
like my
his debut.
Second or third time doing a game.
Yeah,
but
he got called up to the big leagues. All right, this is your moment to shine.
I got 10 celebrities. You got to tell me, are they in an Uwe Ball movie or are they not in an Uwe Ball movie?
Oh, okay.
So pretty simple, but you'll be surprised. And I did a random dice roll to pick at the names. So that way I wasn't doing 2 to 2 or whatever else.
All right, is it yes or is it no? Andy's gonna let us know.
There you
go. Well, I guess, yeah, okay, I guess that works. All right.
Number 1, J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
I'm also going to say yes.
Yes,
That
he was
seems like
in
a
the
very-
movie Postal.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, Steven Seagal.
Oh, that's absolutely a yes.
no.
That is a no.
Oh.
He was not in one.
Why? I was from last week when we were talking about all those movies, and I'm like, oh, they're all the Uwe Ball movies are all lower on the
Yes.
IMDb spectrum. I'm like, he's got to be in one.
Nah, Steven Seagal has his own Seagaliverse that he's
Oh,
the Seagaliverse that he stays
Ultimate
in.
Sniper 3.
So
The
yeah,
sniping.
all of his action films just take place in the same universe. So
They do. He does. He's like the Rock
Yeah,
of terrible
yeah.
90. He does the same things in the same movies every single time.
Oh, I should mention these are only the video game movies I did. Maybe he did show up in a Uwe Ball movie. He didn't show up in any other video game
Oh,
movies.
so this is a this or that under review.
Yes. So apologies if someone wants to send a correction to retrosmash@gmail.com.
Wait, one more time.
Retrosmash@gmail.com.
Or the Retro Smash Discord.
Yes, we have a Discord going.
Yes.
We'll bring that up later.
Oh, sorry.
Number 3, Ray Liotta.
yes,
I'm going to say yes for every single one of these
Okay.
because I'm glass half full.
Yes, he was in the Name of the King. That's a
Okay.
movie based on the Dungeon Siege
okay.
Okay.
game. Number 4, Christina Loken. You may know her from Terminator 3 as the T3.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's such a random throw out there. I'm gonna have to say yes.
I'm also going to say yes.
Yes, correct.
You were 4 for 4 so far.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Number 5, Christian Slater.
no.
I'm going to say yes.
That's another yes. Number 6, Gary Coleman.
Yes.
This is going to be my no.
It is a no.
Whoa.
He does show up in the Postal video games, but he did not show up in the movies.
I was trying to think. I was like, it's just such a random person. Like,
I had to throw. I've guessed yes for every single one except for that one. That's my strategy.
Number 7, Tara Reid.
I'm going to say yes for that one.
no.
That's a yes.
Oh, crap.
Miss Sharknado.
Was Sharknado a Uwe Ball?
No.
Was it based off of a video? So you're gonna tell me it's based
No.
off a video game now?
Wow, maybe they could make a Sharknado game.
Dude, a Sharknado video game would be baller as fuck. That'd be cool.
Number 8, Michelle Rodriguez.
See, now
I'm saying yes.
I would say yes, but I just feel like no. The answer is no.
The answer is also yes.
I give a whole lot of actors the benefit of the doubt, and I need to stop doing
Yeah.
that. I think it's way too many people desperate for a payday out there.
I was going to say,
yes.
some of them get caught every once in a blue moon.
Number 9, Carmen Electra.
Oh, that's a definite yes. Oh, that's an absolute
No.
yes.
It's a no.
Oh,
I was trying to find some cheesy actors, and I was like, I can see her doing one of these movies.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I can see doing one of these.
Number 10, Mr. Marky Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Absolute yes.
Yeah,
That's a no.
what? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
What was the scores?
Well, after I had a 4-3 fucking lead, I blew that. And now Weldy beat me with the 7-5.
Damn, nice.
Yeah,
Yay.
Weldy came back just kind of like how Golden State came back, and they're fucking stomping the shit out of the Pacers right now.
Oklahoma City, but yes, that's
Sorry,
that's
that's
gonna
a-
be sad.
This is the dated reference by now at this point.
This is yeah.
I hate video games.
So for the Uwe Ball here, Andy, you jump in anytime you want.
Yep.
He has given me all of his notes. I am reading these cold.
Yes.
Very cold.
I know nothing about this person. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a dude. I don't even know.
It's a guy.
It's a guy.
Okay,
It's German.
I'm gonna
You can skip
skim
over the Wikipedia notation words.
Yeah, I'm gonna skim over the more fun stuff, but I have a feeling that there's gonna be a sex shit.
My
I just peeked ahead. I just peeked ahead.
Mind you, there's like 20 pages here.
There's
that
like
Andy,
4
that
pages.
Andy printed
There
off.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 and a full 7.
It's a full 7.
There's a full 7.
But
All
those
right.
are also like small paragraphs.
Yeah. So I am reading this absolutely cold. This ought to be good. Are we ready? Grab your drink. Do you guys got to pee?
No.
Okay. I
Let's
was going to say,
get ready to
grab your...
I'll just piss right here, guys. in front of you.
Uwe,
It's
fair
fine.
enough. Uwe Boll, June 22nd, 1965. So happy birthday, Uwe Boll.
Yep.
German filmmaker, came to prominence during the 2000s for his adaptations of video game franchises. The films were critical and commercial failures. His 2005 Alone in the Dark adaptation is considered one of the worst films ever made. He currently lives in Vancouver. Born in Wermelskirchen,
Bless you.
thank you, and studied at the University of Cologne. Hold a PhD in literature. I have a PhD.
Really?
Yeah, pretty huge dick. Got him.
Yeah.
1994, he published a dissertation at the University of Sagan. He decided to go into movie business at 10 years old after seeing Marlon Brando's Mutiny on the Bounty.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
That's a very good. That is a choice. He achieved recognition for loosely adapting video games into movies, having directed and produced a number of such adaptations, including House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark 2, Electric Boogaloo, Blood Rain 2, Electric Boogaloo, Blood Rain, The Third Reich, In the Name of the King, In the Name of the King 2, Electric Boogaloo, In the Name of the King 3, The Last Mission, Postal, and Far Cry. In the opening credits to Seed 2007, Boll used footage of animal abuse and torture he acquired from PETA to underscore the film's nihilism. He has also promised to donate 2.5% of his net profits from Seed to PETA. So what's 2.5% of like $8? How much did that movie make?
I don't have that information for me.
Oh.
I can pull it up.
Okay.
That's
It said
okay.
Seeds, right?
Oh my God. In September 2010, a trailer for Boll's film titled Auschwitz, everybody's favorite comedy blockbuster of the year, it's Auschwitz.
Seed made $209,000.
So what's 2% of $209,000? It's 400 and wait, hold on, I can do this. Wait, 2.5%. It's 209. No, 4.5%. 2.5% of 209,000.
Yeah.
So that is it's about
guy used to be a loan
$430.
officer.
Is that $430?
It's about 400, yeah.
Damn, son.
Remember, guys, he used to be a loan officer at
Used
a
to.
bank.
4 years ago, I used to do loans. I don't need to.
He used to. That's what I said. I said you used to be a loan officer.
Yeah, I don't.
He used to be a loan officer, and then he was a bank branch manager. So send your money to Weldy today.
For me to fumble it away because now I drive a forklift for a living. Everybody's favorite comedy film, Auschwitz, about the concentration camp of the same name, was posted on YouTube. The trailer, in which Boll appears in an SS gas chamber guard, as an SS gas chamber guard, contains explicit scenes of the brutalization of killing of concentration camp inmates. Boll has been quoted to saying that films such as Schindler's List, quote, no longer had the ability to reach young people, and that it was his duty as a German to make the film as a way of confronting the past.
The heart and kind of the story, please.
I'll take things that rhyme with yikes for 200, please.
Sir.
2011, Boll released Blubberella, a satirical take on his superhero movies and a critique of Marvel's MCU. Boll also said, I'm starting to get a trend. Anything he says is about to be just absolutely fucking great. Boll said, quote, my criticism of the MCU in the past could have seen as part of the satirical approach rather than a personal stance on the entire cinematic universe concept. 2016, during an interview with Toronto edition of Metro, Boll announced his retirement from filmmaking, thank God, chiefly citing that the decline of DVD and Blu-ray sales, he had used his own money to finance his work since 2005. As of 2003, Boll's estimated net worth is approximately, want to take a guess?
Oh, I forgot.
I'll say probably around, let's say, 75 million.
Okay. Andy, do you want wait, hold on.
I forgot what I put down.
Andy, do you want to take higher or lower than 75 million?
I'm going to take lower.
You would be correct. $10 million. Not bad.
It's not bad. I was shooting for the stars and I landed in dirt again.
Boll's films have often performed poorly at the box office in the United States and around the world. House of the Dead, which was budgeted at $12 million, made $5.73 million in its opening weekend.
Oof.
Alone in the Dark, which budgeted $20 million, made $5.1, and Blood Rain, which was made at $25 million, made $2.42 million.
So my question is, hold on. Andy, you did some research on this. I'm hoping for Alone in the Dark, House of the Dead, Blood Rain. These are all movies that should have been released around Halloween. Were any of them released around Halloween? Because these are all like horror action horror games.
I only got the year. I did not get the actual
Okay.
date. I can tell you House of the Dead did not, because I remember watching that at a house party for Halloween, and it came out that previous summer.
That is insane to me. Like, I feel like maybe they probably would have made a couple more, maybe not broke even, but at least made just a little bit more money, because, you typically want to release horror films around Halloween, unless, and I say that's a big unless you go see Sinners. That movie you can go see any fucking time, any day or night. So you should go pick up a copy of Sinners today. It is way better to watch at home on your own physical medium.
Andy, how much money has U-Ball's films generated worldwide? According to this Wikipedia page, U-Balls.
I can't remember.
Is it U or Uwe? I'm totally
Uwe.
Uwe. Uwe. Uwe Boll directed films have generated blank worldwide. How much money?
I'll chime in here. But I chimed in with, haven't you people ever heard of 85 million?
Would you like to go higher or lower than 85 million?
Lower.
Definitely lower would be correct. $41.3 million worldwide.
I was
going to say, so to piggyback off that, movie theater sounds like they closed the goddamn door on him. That's how you do that.
He's so excited off of that one, guys. I'll give him that. It was good. I set him up.
You did.
I gave him that alley-oop right there. I gave him the alley. He took the oop.
That's fine, but you know what? You at least get the assist on that. As of September 2023, House of the Dead, for which Video Hound's Golden Movie Retriever described Boll as a cinematic train wreck, and Alone in the Dark appear on IMDb's bottom 100 film list. In a review of Alone in the Dark, Rob Vaux, that just sounds like a name of somebody I want to punch in the face. Rob Vaux. It's V-A-U-X. How would you... Vaux?
Vaux.
Vaux?
Wow.
Not Vogue, but Vo. The X is silent.
Vo.
It's silent.
Rob
it's like
Vo.
lasagna. You don't pronounce the G in lasagna.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Rob Vaux states that the movie maker makes other, quote, bad movie directors feel better in comparison. Quote,
Jesus.
It's okay. They'll tell themselves, I didn't make Alone in the Dark. Another reviewer wrote that on Alone in the Dark was so poorly built, so horribly acted, and so sloppily stitched together that it's not even at straight-to-DVD level. Shout out Steven Seagal. One critic dubbed him as the Jonas Brothers of movie directors.
That's not good, because I actually like the Jonas Brothers, so I would not dub him that.
They're good for 2 years.
It's hard to disagree, but I actually enjoy me some Jonas Brothers. But I am also like not fun fact, I guess. I am very much so a radio, like a top 40s radio hit person.
Which Jonas did Cake by the Ocean?
That's Joe Jonas.
It was JoJo. Okay, it was JoJo. I thought it was Nick, because that song slaps.
I'm pretty sure it was Joe Jonas.
That song was
Maybe
great.
it was Nick Jonas.
That song was good shit.
I don't know. It was one of the Jonas Brothers. As far as I'm concerned, all of their accolades are mixed in together.
That's fair.
They are just one giant Jonas.
I think I saw that band at a college bar once. One giant Jonas. After Boll was linked to a potential film adaptation of the Metal Gear franchise, series creator Hideo Kojima responded, "It is impossible that we'd ever do a movie with him." Boll also made a bid to direct an adaptation of the Warcraft game series, but was turned away by the owners of the franchise, Blizzard, who, shout out, by the way, to Victory Chief, who said, quote, "We will not sell the movie rights, not to you, especially not to you."
That makes me so happy. So I follow Hideo Kojima on Twitter. I love that man so much. He recently came out with a quote that said, "If I die, there is a flash drive in my desk drawer that tells my employees exactly what to do."
What the fuck?
That ass serious. It's like a fucking full-on flash drive that gives instructions on exactly what to do as far as what his plans were for video games moving forward. I guess he's got a whole fucking thick-ass USB drive just filled up with everything for the future. So
okay, I think we have a new holy grail item of video games.
Honestly, yes.
I mean, the dude's a big movie nerd too, so
he is. He's a very big movie nerd.
That's probably why he's also like, "Fuck you."
And I think that's why he includes a lot of big name actors into his games now.
Boll has blamed the poor theatrical performance of his early video game adaptations on himself.
Oh,
look at him taking credit.
Just kidding.
Oh.
He blamed them on his distribution company, Romar, and has filed a lawsuit against them. Boll's films prior to the release of House of the Dead were more positively received. The New York Times, for instance, gave Blackwoods a positive review, although most reactions to the film have been negative. Boll received a rare Worst Career Achievement Award at the 29th Golden Raspberry Awards in 2009 for In the Name of the King, 1968 Tunnel Rats, and Postal. He has been nominated 3 times for Razzie Awards in his career.
Lord.
In the Alone in the Dark DVD commentary, he responds to criticism that his adaptations make significant changes to the plot and style of the source material. Fans are always totally flipping out, and I understand that a fan of a video game has his own agenda in his head and has ideas about what a good movie or what is a bad movie. Referring to House of the Dead, Boll said, I think I made a perfect House of the Dead movie because it really shows how the game is. It's a lot of fun, over-the-top action. He also criticizes...
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
No, he literally cuts, if you've seen the movie, he cuts in parts of the video game in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's non sequitur. It's just a random clip of the video game. It's like, what the fuck was that about? Why did that show up?
Yeah, this is a man. I don't know how someone like this actually managed to end up in the. This is like what the fuck is the Room? Like that guy from the Room.
Well, when he gets further in here, you'll figure out why he was able to make all these movies.
Oh, cool! I wish I had Nazi fucking money from my fucking grandparents.
Spoiler alert. When Wired published a negative review of Postal, Boll responded with an email claiming that the critic didn't, quote, understand anything about movies and that you are an untalented wannabe filmmaker with no balls and no understanding what Postal is. You don't see courage because you are nothing. And now go to your mom and fuck her because she cooks for you now since 30 years, so she deserves it. Boll stated that in his angry email was sparked not by the review, but because the Wired editor told Boll in person that they loved the movie and then published a negative review. While his works were often met with critical disdain, Boll emphasizes that these projects were financially viable, especially in home video sales. He points out that his movies, while low budget compared to studio blockbusters, often recoup their costs and more, even if they didn't dazzle at the box office. For instance, House of the Dead, which had a production budget of $7 million, garnered $11 million at the box office, an additional $28 million from home video.
Yep.
I guess that would make it a cult classic, but I'm going to assume that would be like in the sense of maybe people were just like, this movie is so fucking bad, like we gotta watch it sort of deal, because I have absolutely rewatched movies because they are so fucking bad that I'm like, I just gotta rewatch this. It's just so fucking trash. How could you not?
Boll made headlines by challenging his critics to, quote, put up or shut up. In June 2006, his production company issued a press release stating that Boll would challenge his 5 harshest critics each to a 10-round boxing match.
I remember that.
Yep.
I do not.
Yeah.
Nostalgia Critic talked about it.
Yeah, Nostalgia Critic talked about it.
It's like pre
It was
YouTube
boxing.
boxing.
It was pre like social media, like in the terms that we know social media now. I do remember being dumb fucking high schooler and seeing something like some fucking director wanted to fight people in a ring, and I was like, that's stupid.
Boll's films have often performed poorly at the box office. Boll was criticized in 2005 regarding his funding method, attributed to a loophole in the German tax laws that was finally closed in 2006. The tax loophole in Germany that allows investors to write off 100% of their investment in a film. Essentially, investors could deduct their film investment from their taxable income and were only taxed on any profit the film generated. This practice was criticized for potentially allowing for production of financially unsuccessful films, as investors could still benefit from the tax write-offs regardless of the film's performance.
Yep.
This sounds like some Warner Brothers shit that David Zaslav has been doing, realistically.
Essentially.
Only he's not even releasing the film, so fuck that guy and fuck Uwe Boll. I'm dead ass serious. Fuck David Zaslav. We hate David Zaslav.
Unshout out.
Okay, so
he has been unshouted out before, I think, on our other shirt, but I'll still continue.
Yep,
I will still continue to unshout out that son of a bitch.
So we're back to the boxing thing here. He gave invitations to his 5 harshest critics and also gave an open invitation to Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery. To qualify, critics had to have written 2 extremely negative reviews of Boll, in print or on the web. In 2005, footage from the fights were to be included on the DVD of his upcoming film Postal. On June 20, 2006, Rich Low-Tax Kianka stated on Something Awful that he had been invited by Boll to be the first contestant after Kianka reviewed Alone in the Dark. The online gambling site goldenpalace.com decided to sponsor the event, dubbing it the Raging Boll, which is hysterical. A lot was written up in late August 2006 featuring Kianka, Carlos Palencia Jimenez Arguello. I nailed that one. Ain't It Cool News writer Jeff Snyder, and a Chance Minter, amateur boxer and website critic. Boll fought and won against all 5 participants.
Yep.
Wow. First match took place on September 5th, 2006. The others battled on September 23rd. After Kianka lost the match, he would go on to make several allegations against Boll, claiming that Boll refused to fight against Chance Minter, who's an experienced amateur boxer. However, Boll fought Minter as his 4th opponent. He also alleged that Boll had misled them by claiming it was a PR stunt when actually intended to fight them, and that Boll stated his participants would get training before for the match, which none did. Electronic Gaming Monthly's November 2006 edition's The Rest of the Crap section, written by critic Sean Baby, described Sean Baby's own involvement. Boll was going to appear on G4's Attack of the Show to promote this fight by sparring with one of the hosts. Sean Baby stated that, quote, again, he's a matchmaking genius because everyone on TV is 3 feet tall. If you were watching Attack of the Show during the time I co-hosted, you might have noticed that I could have leaned over and eaten host Kevin Pereira. A producer of the show then asked if Sean Baby would come and spar in the host's place for the event. Sean Baby said he trains in Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, stating that, quote, boxing is to fighting what Hungry Hippos is to fighting. But that he was eager to fight Boll nonetheless. When Boll heard this, he wanted to know Sean Baby's age, height, weight, and fighting experience when he, quote, learned he wasn't fighting a midget. Sean Baby stated that he sent information to Boll, after which Boll chose not to appear on the program.
Makes sense. Sounds like a real bitch move there on his part.
Oh, yeah.
In April 2008, The Guardian ran an article claiming Boll had promised to retire if an online petition at petitiononline.com, original name, asking him to do so received 1 million signatures. A petition was later started on the site in response with the 1 million signature goal. On May 7th, 2008, the makers of Stride Gum announced they would give each signer a digital coupon for a pack of gum if the petition obtained the required 1 million signatures by May 14th. The deadline ultimately passed without the petition reaching 1 million. In a later interview, Boll stated that he would not retire if the petition reached 1 million, commenting, quote, I think no, it has been too long. If they would have made it to 1 million in like 2 months, then they would have had something. Then they even got sponsored by that gum factory. I feel like it's 3 years later, forget it. I also feel like people signed numerous times on petitions, so it's probably only like 150,000 people that actually signed it. The petition itself failed to reach 1 million signatures by the time Petition Online shut down on September 30th, 2014, peaking at only 353,000 signatures.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
Whoa!
This next section has a couple. This gets a little testy.
Yeah, you can bleep some of the words out.
Well, no, we'll say it.
Would you feel more comfortable if I'd read it instead?
No. I tell you what, I will bleep out what I think I can bleep out. As part of a publicity stunt for Postal, Boll releasing a video claiming that he is, quote, the only genius in the whole fucking movie business, and that other directors such as Michael Bay and Eli Roth are, quote, fucking R-words. He promised that his film Postal would be, quote, way better than all that social critic George Clooney bullshit that you get every fucking weekend. In response to an anti-Uwe Boll petition online, Boll has also expressed hopes that somebody will start a pro-Uwe Boll petition in which he would expect to hit 1 million signatures. As of July 22nd, 2012, the pro-Uwe Boll petition with the most signatures is Long Live Uwe Boll with a total of 7,631 signatures. Nice. Bay commented to the fucking R-words comment by calling you Boll, quote, a sad being, and stated that he did not care in the slightest about the remark. While Roth facetiously described Boll's comments as the greatest compliment ever, Boll later noted that the comments were meant to paint a generic picture over Hollywood and that has nothing against the people mentioned. Boll then appeared on Thursday, April 10th episode of G4's Attack on the Show, where he was interviewed in the nude regarding his controversial online retort. In the interview, he said, in regards to Michael Bay and Eli Roth, that Roth, quote, has a sense of humor, and that Bay, quote, has no sense of humor. He also jokingly stated that he believes that his upcoming adaptation of Postal could be Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull at the box office. In 2023, Boll responded that out of all the video games he worked on, Postal holds a special place in my heart. The film stands out for Boll because of his creative freedom he experienced, the ability to delve deep into satire and commentary, and the camaraderie shared with cast and crew.
If you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
So the opening scene of Postal is 2, we'll call them Muslim pilots.
This already off to a good start.
Flying an airplane, and then it delves deep into a 9/11 joke, and they fly the plane into the Twin Towers. It is extremely cringy and like. There's a level of like, haha, this is kind of funny, and the level of like Roseanne Barr going, these woke minds. Kind of thing. It's like, oh God, what are you doing?
In April 2008, Boll responded to Bay's, quote, not caring about Boll comment. To prove who is the better director, Boll offered to challenge Bay to a boxing match, which seems to be a common theme here.
Of course.
At the Mandalay Bay in Vegas, which would, okay, I'm sorry. I had no interest in any of this until you said Mandalay Bay in Vegas. I'm like, okay, now you might have my attention. Bay accepted the match would last for 12 rounds, which take place in September. In response to Bull's offer, Bay again posted, this time saying, I've never even heard his name till last week when he made the threats and rants. The guy is a fucking idiot making threats to me. Clooney Eli Roth says he has a doctorate, but he uses the word R in his vocabulary. Come on. When we look at his videos, what is interesting are the backgrounds. I guess his low-rent offices with 15-year-old three-quarter machines, archaic computers. This is just some dumb chump trying to get some fame when he has none. So he has to make YouTube lame quality anger rants. This guy just wants attention because he can't get any for the so-called movies he makes. Nothing sadder than he had his screen in LA to an over half-empty movie house.
So full on The Room kind of.
Jesus.
So following his retirement from filmmaking, Boll entered the restaurant industry.
Oh, I was going to hope you said that he died.
No, not yet.
His desire to become a restaurateur came from his own love of fine dining. He claims to have visited 120 Michelin-starred restaurants within a span of 10 years and has made short series of restaurant reviews. In 2015, Boll opened the Boo House restaurant in Vancouver after noting a lack of German cuisine in the city. He hired Stefan Hartmann as executive chef, who earned a Michelin star for his own Hartmann's restaurant in Berlin. Hartmann resigned from Boo House in April 2017 to be replaced by chefs David Mueller and Tim Schulte. Boo House has received positive reviews from local and international food critics. It ranked 37th on the 2016 list of Canada's 100 best restaurants. It is also listed in the world's 50 best restaurants Discovery series in 2017. Making it one of only 3 Canadian restaurants to be included. I cannot believe that
that's where he went.
That's the niche.
Yep.
That was his niche the entire time.
In 2020, his restaurants won a gold award, Best European Restaurant at the 2020 Vancouver Magazine.
Wow.
Yeah. So he went from shitty making movies, whatever the hell he was doing, to we just needed to make restaurants, man.
That's impressive. Andy, you have a couple notes over there.
Yep, I'm just going to skim through his movies real quick.
Go for it.
2003, he did Houses of the Dead. We talked about that last time. Alone in the Dark, that starred Christian Slater, Tara Reid, Stephen Dorff. Won Stinker's Bad Movie Award for Worst Sense of Direction. Nominated for the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Director. 2005, did Blood Rain, starring Christina Loken from Terminator. Michelle Rodriguez, Michael Madsen, Billy Zane, Meatloaf, and Ben Kingsley. Somehow we got the that's probably where the budget went.
I was gonna say that's exactly where it all went.
Then In the Name of the King, 2007, based on the Dungeon Siege series, that had Jason Statham, Ron Perlman, John Rhys Davies, Matthew Lillard, Christina Loken again, Ray Liotta, and Burt Reynolds. So we got some names in these few movies. Postal also came out that year. Zach Ward, the guy who plays Farkas in the 1983 film A Christmas Story.
Scott Farkas.
The comedian Dave Foley, J.K. Simmons we talked about, and Vern Troyer from Austin Powers.
Weird.
Yeah, Blood Rain 2 came out after that. Alone in the Dark 2. These movies had nobodies in them. Far Cry. Then he made the movie. So I had to get the dates on these because this is fucked up. April 28th, 2011, he made that Blubberella movie.
Yes.
May 2nd, 2011, he made the Blood Rain Third Reich. This no longer had Christina Loken in it. The Blubberella movie is a scene-for-scene spoof off of the Third Reich movie. So a month earlier than the movie came out that he's spoofing, he spoofed
his own movie before the original came out.
Yes. Has most of the same cast of crew. Uwe Boll plays Adolf Hitler in this water version. Basically, it's a movie making fun of fat people.
Ooh.
The actress...
How fat is fat? I'm just curious.
Lindsay Hollister said, she took the role because of diminishing opportunity for large actresses and to find work in Hollywood. I've been doing this for 10 years. While I've been extremely lucky to play some amazing characters, I've watched the roles dry up. I've been shut out of everything, auditioning for many characters' roles because I am too large. She also states, this movie would have been done with or without me. It would have been a lot more offensive if I haven't done it. But I didn't win the war about the title. I hate this title. In another interview with Entertainment Weekly, she discussed the film and insisted her decision to take the role wasn't based on money alone. I'm not ashamed of Blubberella. Of course, there's fat jokes in the film. If they had put another salami sandwich in my hand, I was going to kill somebody. But I want people to know we weren't setting out to hate fat people. It's important for me that people know the true story. She also went on to say, this movie was made with the best intentions. I truly wanted to make a movie about a fat girl who can kick ass.
Oh, tight.
So, cool on her. The movie sucked.
I mean, that's pretty dope that she trying to look on the positive and bright side of things, but woof, man.
Yeah,
fucking woof.
Then his last video game movie, In the Name of the King 2, Two Worlds. Dolph Lundgren is the main actor. He plays a special forces soldier.
Not surprised.
Living in modern day Vancouver. He is sent on a quest to fulfill an ancient prophecy. He is forcibly pulled into a time portal in his home. After fighting off a small group of hooded assassins who try to kill him, he finds himself several hundred years in the past in a war-torn kingdom of... fun fact, Uwe Boll also appeared in the 2011 video game Postal 3.
Nice.
There's a Postal 3?
Yes, there is.
What the fuck?
That one didn't have Gary Coleman.
Okay, bullshit. Absolute malarkey.
He did also plan to do a fourth entry in the Blood Rain series. And then in 2013, Boll announced plans to produce a sequel to Postal based on achieving $500,000 from a Kickstarter campaign. The campaign, however, canceled and only received $29,000 of the $500,000. Happy trail!
Happy time, people. Happy 26th anniversary, the release of the greatest N64 game of all time.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Incorrect. Superman 64. Released this date 26 years ago in 1999. Happy Trails Multiverses, the free-to-play crossover fighting game, has gone offline for good.
Well, damn, that was short-lived.
What the fuck?
Yeah, July 19th, 2022 to May 30th, 2025.
Jesus.
That's
I felt like it just came out.
Yep, gone offline for good.
Okay.
Happy 25th anniversary, the debut of Survivor on CBS. ABC attempted to blunt its start by scheduling Who Wants to Be a Millionaire directly opposite, and for one night, the popular game show outdrew Survivor. But that victory was short-lived. The reality competition, based on the Swedish series Expedition Robinson, was not only quickly surpassed Millionaire, but also became an American TV phenomenon by summer of 2000.
Wasn't the original first guy from Indiana?
Richard Hatt?
Yeah, is that the same?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just remember he won a bunch of money and he won and he didn't file his taxes. He got in a shit ton of trouble.
He did. Happy 34th anniversary. Salute Your Shorts.
Nice.
Debuted June 1st, 1991 on Nickelodeon. Although it ran for just 2 abbreviated seasons, reruns of the series aired on the cable network through 99.
To answer your question, Andy, no. Homeboy was straight out of Rhode Island.
Oh.
Nice. There you go. I have not had a happy time make me more mad than this one. Happy 16th anniversary. The very first episode of The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien.
Oh, wow.
Conan's first guests were Will Ferrell and Pearl Jam. The talk show lasted just short of 8 months as Jay Leno was reinstalled the winter of 2010.
Pearl Jam.
And I have not... I have not watched The Tonight Show since. I still, to this day, believe The Tonight Show rightfully belongs to Conan O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people believe that at our age, honestly, and that Jay should have just hung it up at that point.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I'm still caught up on the whole Pearl Jam thing in, like, 2009. Like, you could have got the Black Eyed Peas on there or some shit.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Anybody. Like, Lady Gaga, but Pearl Jam of all groups? Come on. Nothing against Pearl Jam, everything against Pearl Jam. But, like, I feel like at that point, there's no way that they were still like that popular. You know?
Oh, well, I mean, they're around the same time as the Chili Peppers, where the Chili Peppers were super hot in the late 2000s.
Yeah,
because they had Stadium Arcadium that just came out.
Yeah, but also the Red Hot Chili Peppers were like really dropping some hits that people were still listening to in the 2000s. I was listening to fucking Pearl Jam in the 2000s. I do not care. You guys can hang up your fucking flannels. The grunge, it's over, guys. It's fucking over in 2009. Okay, I think you should have been taking your Tylenol and your Advil and going to bed at like 9 p.m. at that point. It's a wrap. I'm actually going to take that one back. I'm sorry, love.
Oh,
I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry,
you just
love.
ruined that segue for me. Speaking of rap, happy 25th anniversary to Eminem's third studio album, the Marshall Mathers LP.
Wow.
Released May 23rd, 2000 by Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records. A melancholy Happy Trails Jonathan Joss, the voice of King of the Hills John Redcorn, and Chief Ken Hotate on Parks and Rec, fatally shot at his home at the age of 59.
Yeah, it was terrible fucking time. I'm not going to get into that on the podcast, but just absolute terrible time, especially for Pride Month.
Yeah.
Much lighter note, happy 22nd anniversary NBA Street Volume 2.
Okay.
Released.
Hey.
Yeah, released for the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. Released April 29th, 2003.
Nice.
You're going to be mad at this one.
Mm.
Happy Trails Muppet Vision 3D.
Yeah, that sucks.
At Walt Disney World. Attraction featuring the Muppets, formerly located at Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World. Final show this past week. The final person to go in,
Jim Henson's daughter.
Very good.
Yep,
yes.
I saw that.
Nicely done.
See, I was correct in my statement that Disney doesn't know what the fuck to do with this property, man. Give it to me, Disney. I can actually do wonders with this. I am just chock filled with fucking ideas for the Muppets. I can do this. Don't even give it to me. Hire me. I am a fantastic creative director. I can do this. I can do this so fucking good. You guys don't even know. I am a fan, and I would make fucking Kermit and the gang fucking stars all over again. I
what
promise
do you mean
you.
you're gonna make me the star? I would be a great star of your movie.
Kermit.
Piggy, this is not the time. Piggy, this is not the time.
I just want a Kermie. Let me that green thing, Kermie.
Piggy, this is not the time. This is not the time.
Kermie.
I'm trying to do a Fozzie, but I couldn't.
That was. Hey, Kermie. Hey, Kermie. Waka waka.
These are all terrible.
Speaking of David Zaslav,
I guess this is why they're actually not giving it to me.
that's probably it. Yeah.
Fair. I will submit my official resume for this later.
Speaking of David Zaslav, happy trails to the Warner Brothers Discovery combo.
Oh, yeah.
As they will officially be splitting into two separate companies mid-2026. They will split via, quote, streaming in studios, WB Television, WB Pictures, WB Games, DC Studios, HBO, HBO Max, and their film and TV libraries, and global networks.
Hey, so real question. Has our podcast lasted longer than
HBO or just Max?
Yeah, than just
Yes,
Max? Has our podcast our podcast is older than Max. So to our original fans out there,
Are we the
thank
new
you.
Liza Minnelli has outlived
I love
on Twitter?
I love that Twitter. I love that Twitter account.
Liza Minnelli has now outlived blank.
Liza Minnelli has now outlived Max.
Another melancholy happy trails. Brian Wilson, the leader of the
yep.
Beach Boys, one of the greatest songwriters of all time, died at 82 this past week.
Do not play Kokomo in his memory. He had nothing to do with that song.
They played all Beach Boys music at work yesterday. I heard Little Deuce Coupe like 6 times. I was pumped. That's a great song. You know what I like. Happy return to glory, the Bloober team. Ah, yes, the Bloober team that did the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Oh.
Yes, they have officially started developing the OG Silent Hill remake.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yes, Silent Hill 1 remake officially in development at Bloober team.
It'd be really cool, instead of doing remakes all the time, guys, if we actually get new video games with newer ideas.
Silent Hill F is coming out this year.
Yeah,
But I think that's the actual Silent Hill creators making that. This is just they're remaking it. They're making it better. That would be like if I learned how to make a brand new cheeseburger and it was great, and then McDonald's just made it better.
No
Question mark?
No such thing.
McDonald's is salty cardboard. We talked about this earlier.
Me, Andy, and I talked about this on our way here. No such thing. As a matter of fact, the only place that you can actually make good creative food is at Taco Bell.
Fair.
Yeah, I can take that.
Andy and I, we made so many different.
Well, I mean, there's only like 6 items. You just kind of mix and match.
I mean, well, to be fair, we made the reverse dragon. We just didn't have a good name for it. This is back in forever time ago. Most of you kids might not even know this, but Taco Bell used to serve spicy chicken.
Yep.
But we used spicy chicken, and then we put the jalapeno sauce on it, and then we would put
Actual peppers, I think, in there.
Yeah, we actually put like jalapeno peppers in it, and then we put lettuce on it just to give it a little bit of a cool down feature. And then there was something else I think that was spicy that we put on there. I just can't remember.
Just fire sauce on it.
Yeah, I think it might have been just us putting fire sauce on it, and we would just give that to random people that would be like,
also free food.
Also free food. So there we go. We were comrades to the community. That may or may not have been one of the tacos that I gave to the security guard that may or may not have given him a heart attack.
Oh, yep.
May or may not have been the taco that gave him a heart attack.
It's okay. Our old district manager's dead now, so she can't.
She is unfortunately passed away. I love that lady a lot.
Well, I mean, she can't listen to the show.
She can't listen to the show, and I highly doubt that either of her daughters listen to the show. So
happy 27th anniversary, the release of The Truman Show.
Wow.
In theaters. My favorite Jim Carrey movie.
Same.
You cannot tell me. Yes.
Same.
Thank you.
We just rewatched this earlier this year. I don't know if I mentioned it or not on an episode, but we just rewatched it earlier this year. 10 out of 10. Good morning, good evening, and good night.
Tell you what, you have to have a strong mental capacity to watch that and not step outside and go, like look around.
I don't know, man. I feel like everybody's looking around right now currently, and also given the fact that I don't live on an island and and
that you know of.
I don't know, man. I've done a lot of fucking driving.
Is the U.S. an island?
No. I was gonna say, but I've literally driven like 14 hours straight before on the fucking road. There's no way I live on a goddamn island. I'm
just a really big island.
No. That's a no. Not at that point. No. No, it's easily one of my favorites, but people are way too fucking dumb for me to believe that they're like just
everything's a simulation, bro.
Yeah, that they're acting. No, I just refuse to believe that people are acting and that they're just extras in a movie, like here for me, like, and I'm being recorded.
No, you're here for me.
everybody's an NPC.
There are some people that believe that everybody is an NPC and they call everybody NPCs online, but like I just refuse to believe that because there's no fucking way. We're just too stupid as a species, man. Like
That would be terrible. But you know what is good? The taste of this Blake's hard cider the advertisement.
that's like the fucking best friend who's like fucking advertising beer, like spinning it around when they're like discovering that he's like his dad came back to life or whatever. Yeah.
Much lighter, mentally straining movie. Happy 40th anniversary of The Goonies.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yes, June 7th, 1985.
Hell yeah.
Happy 35th anniversary, Nickelodeon Studios.
Wowzers. I am a year older than Nickelodeon Studios.
Mhm.
That is insane.
Because Nickelodeon existed in Canada prior.
Oh, no, this is the Universal Studios in
Okay.
Florida. That is now home to the Blue Man Group.
Yep.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yep.
Because I just remember seeing you can't do that on television.
Yeah, you can't do that
Mhm.
on television and kids in the hallway.
Yeah.
And yeah. Boy, we're
And-
old. we just threw two shows out there that people had never heard of, and like unless you watch one of
What
those
would you
old,
do?
yeah, that's one of those
Nickelodeon Guts.
Yes.
shows. You know, you get the old shows, the top 10 mojo shows that people haven't heard of in like 20 years, and we just named two of them.
Do you have it?
Oof. We're not old at all, bud. We're not old at all.
No, not at all.
We're
No.
totally not deteriorating. I can hear my bones fucking grinding.
Well, probably since you
Deteriorating.
fell, you probably need to get that checked out.
I
That's how you bring the podcast full circle.
Yeah, I did not. While recording this episode, legitimately, I just found out that the chef known as Anne Burrell just passed away.
Oh,
Okay, so that means another one of you watch Food Network. Why? But I
well, I need to see a picture because it's been. She did the.
she did Worst Chefs of America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she also. I think she did. She was with Duff. Did she do that with Duff Goldman too?
I think so. Yeah.
And did a show with him too. It wasn't like Top Chef, but it was.
it was like Iron
It was.
Chef.
It, no,
She did Iron
it was the Great Food Truck Challenge.
It just happened like an hour ago. It was just announced, so I need to get that TMZ fucking hookup. Not sure what the cause of death was, but unfortunate as it is. I watched her on Food Network. She was really funny. I enjoyed watching her. She was relatively young. She was still in her 50s, honestly. Very unfortunate to hear. My condolences go out to her loved ones and her family. Weldy, why don't you lead us into that last
right, let's do
doozy?
it.
I'd have some emails.
And finally, happy trails to the Midwest's most famous landmark.
Ah, yes.
Yes, it was
Ah, yes.
15 years ago this week. Big Butter Jesus.
Big Butter Jesus.
The statue monument at the King of Kings statue at the Solid Rock Church just outside of Cincinnati hit by lightning June 14th, 2010. The sculpture, about 62 feet tall and 40 feet wide at the base, showed Jesus from the torso up. The way his arms were raised resembled a referee signaling a touchdown,
Yeah.
earning him the nickname Touchdown Jesus. But the material that he was made out of made him look like he was made out of butter. Thank you. Shout out Haywood Banks.
False idol.
Yes, that's one of my favorite lines in that song is don't create no graven images. That's one of the 10 commandments. I hope the grading curve is kindly so you can get to heaven with a 90. Big Butter Jesus. Oh, sweet cream Jesus.
You can tell we're a Midwestern podcast.
Can't believe it's not Jesus.
Are the New Yorkers making fun of us right now?
Go spread the word.
Better yet, to our fans out in Korea and Japan, do you guys listen to us for like a piece and a taste of like random fucking podcast? Are we like actually listening to on like some weird military base so you guys can get a feel for like what it's like for the modern Midwesterner? Because if that's the case, I swore my fealty to your country immediately.
Jesus.
You email us and I will immediately jump ship so fucking fast.
We got Tim Pool over here getting money from the Russians.
I'm just saying, I don't need no money, guys. I don't need anything. If you're willing to like move me out to your country, I will 100% phone in every week with these guys to still do this podcast.
By the way,
110%.
By the way, Juiced by THQ, 20 years old today, based on LA street racing. Andy, where can they find you?
You can find us at Retro Smashed everything. So Retro Smashed on, well, it's Retro _ Smashed.
It's retro
on
_
Twitter.
smashed on Twitter. It is retro smashed on Blue Sky. You can find us on Facebook at Retro Smash, a video game podcast. You can email us at retrosmash _ at gmail.com. Nope.
retrosmashed@gmail.com.
Sorry, that is retrosmash@gmail.com.
We do have
Again,
two
that
emails.
is retrosmash
Oh, that's right, we have emails.
@gmail.com.
Let's go.
And we have emails. So, gotta check my email.
Also,
It might
find us
be
on
a
Discord. We're on Discord now,
female.
too.
We just got an email.
Yeah.
Wonder who it's from.
Yeah, if you guys want to join in on the conversations with us and maybe suggest some video games, you can jump in on our Discord.
Who wouldn't want to join the conversation about Big Butter Jesus?
And Jungle George's.
And Jungle George's, the
And
place
Liza Minnelli.
the place that Wody could not find for his fucking life. The giant lime green building out in the middle of the road.
Go spread the word.
We get two emails. One from our listener, Kyle. Longtime hater, first time complainer.
Hey, fair enough.
I don't know who this Ricky guy is on your podcast. He already has some questionable takes on video games, but how dare he talk down about Dr. Pepper? 10 out of 10 would put him back in the cup on a string.
Well, Kyle, I will address your concerns directly if you would like, sir. Dr. Pepper sucks.
Ooh.
However, I will say you are not wrong about me having questionable taste, because that is undeniable. I'm drunk. My tastes are very off of these three Mickeys and the fucking and these shots. You are not wrong, sir. Dr. Pepper sucks, and my tastes are very questionable. But that what makes me a fantastic addition to finally being back here in studios instead of being on the string. Now they have no choice but to listen to me instead of cutting out all my audio.
Yeah, we're handcuffed here.
Yep. Sorry.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I appreciate that. So thank you for giving us that 10 out of 10. I hope you have friends or a partner that listens to us, even if it is while they're sleeping. And hopefully they also rank us a 10 out of 10 for this podcast.
Yes, go to your local where you listen to your podcast. Like seriously, like iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify. Give us a 10. Give us a 5 out of 5 stars.
Give us a 10 out of 10.
Or even on YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube
Give us
as
some
well,
likes.
and just
Yeehaw.
let us play out into the ether. Thank you.
Follow us on Patreon, Retro Smash. Dollar gets you a shout out. Shout out to Danny H Streetcar. Shout out to Zombie Loves Pie. Shout out to Michael W. Thank you for supporting us. Second email from Patreon member Danny H Streetcar.
Hey,
Dan the man.
Danny boy.
I'm at work and my mind is wandering like it does, so I'm going to ask an important question. I love video game music. My favorite video game soundtrack is Final Fantasy IX because it brings nostalgia, but also every song feels perfectly crafted for every moment in that game. From the energetic battle music to the whimsical overworld theme to the potent character theme. What is your favorite video game soundtrack?
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
Ooh, okay.
Streets of Rage 2.
I said Donkey Kong Country, Super Nintendo one, but I also tossed in FTL Faster Than Light.
FTL Faster Than Light is really good. The soundtrack for Into the Breach is also really good because it's very digital poppy and it just puts you like in the right mind environment for those two games. I said Midnight Club Dub Edition 3 primarily because it's not necessarily like some random ass like fucking house made music or anything. It is literally just like, it's basically like listening to a GTA soundtrack, but it's one of my favorites to listen to because of just how well mixed it is.
I would like to go back and do another music episode because I know me and Eric did a music episode back in the day, and I put my number one as Streets of Rage 2. I will honestly, if we do another like top 10, it will still be number one. I will move Metroid Prime.
Oh, okay.
And I will move Hotline Miami.
Oh, yes.
Soundtrack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Way up there.
Yeah.
Because I think in my original list, I'm trying to think. I know I had Super Metroid up there. I might boot Super Metroid out and put Metroid Prime in. I think Zombies Ate My Neighbors has a great soundtrack, but I think I would move it down and move Metroid Prime up.
Oh, yeah.
But Streets of Rage 2 always will be number one. And
Dan,
Super Mario Galaxy.
Dan also mentioned the Tony Hawk soundtrack.
That's fair.
Oh,
that's actually, yeah.
Yep.
That was, hold on.
Yeah.
Now, time out. That was the argument that me and Eric had.
Yep.
His was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. That was his number one. And my argument was, okay, those are great songs added to a game for aesthetic purposes. That was not music or songs that were specifically created for that game.
Licensed.
It's licensed music. However, I mean,
but in the sense like Guitar Hero.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But I mean, like we did in a whole episode about video game music before, and we said that we shouldn't include licensed music. However, he asked me my favorite soundtrack. He didn't throw down any specifics, so I'm literally saying Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. I'll say the same thing about
Need for Speed Underground.
GTA 5.
Okay.
GTA 5 has some bangers on it, that I literally downloaded after that and I listened to constantly.
Drinks.
Flash FM Flash FM
yeah.
from Vice City. I
Yeah.
still
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys tell us, what are your favorite video game soundtracks that y'all like to listen to? What are your
Mhm.
favorite songs from video games? You know, let us know.
At
Either one of
retrosmashed@gmail.com.
yeah, retrosmash@gmail.com. Or you can send it in a DM. I don't know. However you find us, you can come in our Discord and argue with us and tell us how we're a bunch of fucking losers and that we're all wrong about everything.
Well,
And
we are.
I mean, they're not incorrect, but you know, you can come and do that also.
The Discord invite should be in the notes.
It should be in the notes, you know. You ask, we'll bring you in. Just don't be a real jerk about it, you know. We're more than happy to talk to you guys about video games and listen to your suggestions and all that fun stuff. So, moving upwards and outwards, well, do you want to take us out?
Well, where are you at?
Oh, yeah. You can find me at youtube.tv/weldytime and twitch.tv/weldytime. Just look up Weldy Time. You can find my runs for RGL TV, No Glitches Allowed, SNES Superstars, and you can follow my personal page. I would appreciate it if you dropped a sub. Ricky, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at AfroKing89. It's not the Afro King, but at AfroKing89. I am typically on there. I've been quite a bit more active on there, honestly, recently. Quote tweeting a lot of stuff and usually just slam dunking on people because that's what they deserve.
Nice.
Am I like a big account? Negative, Captain. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I get negative amount of likes on there. But that's not going to stop me from speaking the truth out there into the ether because we need more people speaking truth than we do need speaking nonsense. If you find me on Facebook, I may or may not I might or might not actually accept your friend request. However, don't go looking for me on there unless we've talked before on Twitter. That's just me throwing that out there. And then you can also find me on Blue Sky at RickyMJ.89, something like that. You know, I can never remember my actual.
They're going to be hard to find you when you can't remember your own.
Realistically, I don't ever use Blue. I haven't put anything on Blue Sky in a while. I think the last thing I put up on there was like back in February when I fell on my ass. So my first fight with
now
gravity.
you gotta.
My first
you gotta
fight
go
with
back and do it
gravity.
again.
I am not winning against that. I've lost 2 bouts to gravity, so you guys get to hear about those. But if you actually want to see my second bout with gravity, you get to see that on my actual Twitter page. I did upload pictures of my fight with gravity and how that turned out. So, Andy, how about you take us out?
Thank you for listening. Good night, Canada and North Korea,
spread the
and Australia, and Ohio, and New York, and New Amsterdam. I can't remember the other places we're at.
Just good night,
Germany.
everybody. Just good night, everybody. Jesus Christ.
Big Butter Jesus Christ.
Boy, I sure hope cut that off a lot soon.
Nope. It's going to keep going until you run out of breath.
Oh, fine.
What? No!
First person to touch that in a while.
Also, not wrong.